Last night I went up to Indiana and I picked up a SMC Horse trailer taken to Ocala, Florida. And these are different. I really like them. I'd really like it better if I was actually pulling them on the ball versus the Kingpin adapter. But it still does a good job. With it being an empty trailer, I like it. But I tried to get some footage of me hooking up last night, changing that adapter out, and it really doesn't take that long. It's not a big deal at all. I've not delivered one to anybody so far that had a problem with hauling them like that. But this is another thing about this company that I work for, is it is versatile, and it's not, there's not really a check-in process on these. I mean, when you pull in, they come out, look it over, and sign off on it, versus a camper, you know, they crawl all over it and under it and all that stuff. So these are just easier. About all there is to it is sliding the new tube, the Kingpin on it, back up into the receiver, and then putting the pin in and tightening the jam nuts up. When I tighten the jam nuts up, I always put my hand underneath the receiver and push it up to where it's tight, and then I just snug the jam nuts up. I know there's a torque spec for it, but in all the goosenecks I've ever pulled, just snug seems to be good. Just something, it doesn't take as much as you'd think to keep that tube from moving inside of itself. But tighten the jam nuts down the lock nuts and you're good. Anytime I'm pulling a fifth wheel, I feel it's a good practice just to go around behind and look and make sure that the jaws have got a good lock on the receiver, on the Kingpin. I've seen them where they wouldn't, it would feel locked and it sounded like it locked, but it didn't lock. On my emergency breakaway, I've got it on a carabiner on one of the D-rings on the side of my bed. I feel like that's pretty sufficient. And then I wish I had a better, didn't have so much stuff in the bed of the truck, but everything seems to be pinned into place pretty good. Nothing really moves, so there's the electrical connection. And there it is after I've got it pulled out where you can get a good look at it. Walk around, kick my tires, make sure everything was good. This is the next day at the Elizabethtown, Kentucky scale house. I don't know if any of you guys have been through here. I'm sure some of you have, but they used to like to pull me in a big truck, but so far in a pickup pulling campers and such, they haven't bothered me at all. So just kind of roll right on through. Going south, the next exit is the Petro at Glendale, Kentucky. After you come off the scales, and I'm gonna stop there and give you a look at the trailer. So this is the SMC Laramie Edition horse trailer with a living quarters. I'm assuming it's a 3-horse trailer. And these things are nice. I always said never really had a want to get a camper, but if I was gonna get one, I would rather get something like this, which not this fancy because I'm sure I can't afford this, but well, you could put horses or put your four-wheeler or whatever in the back of it. But I asked a friend of mine who does have a camper, had he ever thought about that, and he said yeah, but you can't get those into, the reason more people don't do it is because you can't get them in a campground. But I've actually seen the insides of a couple of them and they're super nice, and Here's what it looks like after it's all hooked up. With the adapter on it. And it works pretty good, but I still say you can see how high it's toting the nose of that trailer. I mean, it would be a whole lot better if it was on a ball. That's nearly 8 inches higher at least than what it ought to be riding, probably closer to a foot, but it gets the job done. But like I say, from now on when I pull my trailer, I'm gonna make sure that I pull it from on the gooseneck, especially if it's loaded. With these being empty, I don't worry about it so much, but you can tell if you look at the fenders, it's got to be putting a lot of weight back on that back axle and on the back of the truck, taking a lot of weight off that front axle, and I don't really like that. So this is a gauge layout for the auto sync from BT Diesel Works. If you've got a truck about the same, for anywhere I think from 12 to 20, this is a gauge layout that comes straight up on the stereo. You just plug it in the OBD2 sensor, and it's got all your boost and EGTs, engine operating temperature, engine oil temperature, and all that cool stuff comes right up on the screen. I thought that was pretty neat. I was going to get some video to go along with this going across Montego Mountain, but my dash camera didn't cooperate. It's also got a turn signal camera built into it that comes on for a set duration of time. I thought that was pretty awesome. Well guys, that's it. NRS Trailer Sales of Ocala, Florida. Man, these some good folks right here. I like delivering here. Real quick, real in and out, real easy. Got, if anybody was looking to buy a trailer, they got a lot of stuff here new and used. But I'll get my stuff buttoned up and get headed on back and get another one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. I really appreciate it.